Welcome to the channel. So we are going to start doing something new where we are going to be doing the market recap. So this is new to me, new system, new to live streaming with what we have going on. So we streaming right now on Facebook and we are streaming on YouTube. So bear with me. This is a learning curve for me. But we are going to start looking at the S&P 500 stocks. And people talk about wanting to start investing, and it can be extremely overwhelming. I get it, because it is a lot of stocks in the stock market, and you're just trying to find one opportunity. So it will blow your mind trying to narrow this stuff down. So I'm gonna start doing these live streams as much as I can to start, getting you familiar with what's going on in the stock market. So I wanted to talk about the State of the Union address that was done today by President Trump, but not to get too deep into it. I just want to let you know that politics have a lot to do with the stock market more than the average person might think. So anytime there's something going on politically, it could have a major impact on the stock market. So if you participating in the stock market with investing and there's something political going on, it could cause a spike in your investments for them to shoot up, or it could cause them to plummet. So that's another reason why politics are important for you to be at least aware of what's going on politically versus just looking at things from a Democrat or a Republican standpoint. You want to look at how politics is affecting money around the world and in your investments. So that's what we are going to talk about today as far as like with the stock market. But I just wanted to mention that as far as the State of the Union. I'm gonna have to check it out later because I didn't get an opportunity to do that today. But every day, I'll basically go over my watch list, which you can't see right now. I have to make sure I do this before I share my screen. And I'm looking for different opportunities in the market so I can make some investments. And I'm gonna finish this up and then I'm gonna share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Man, hold on 1 minute. I need to put this on the screen too. So let's go over here to captions, put that on here. Okay, there we go. Keep going down. Where's the chat? Okay, if you chatting, like I said, I'm new to this and I cannot see the chats right now. So give me a second, bear with me. If you chatting, where is it? I don't even see it. Prompter. Nope, that's not it. I don't even see it. One moment, guys. Bear with me. Okay, chat. All right. If you leave a comment, I will be able to put them on the screen. So let's work on this. Why won't it let me type this? So it says read only, restream, original greatness. So I can't respond to those. Yeah, I'm already running into some technical difficulties, guys. Show on stream. Nope, we don't want to do that. I got something weird going on down here. Somebody leave a comment so I can see if it pops up on here, please. This must be a hotkey. This will not let me access certain letters. Okay, I pulled that chat up on the screen, so you guys should be able to see that where it says welcome to the channel. Let me see if I can change this theme. Yeah, we can change it different ways. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So let me work on that right quick. Share screen, entire screen. Got it. Okay, here we are. Now we're gonna take off the chat that's on the screen. Hide. So we hide that. And now I need to blow me up because I'm too small. Nope, that's not how you do it. Hold on. All right. Now we want to go here. There we go. How do we resize this? I'm trying to resize this, guys. Give me a second. There we go. All right. Okay, so now you can see me better. I don't know how clear this watch list is, but we're about to go over to the S&P 500. So I'm using the ThinkorSwim platform offered through Charles Schwab. And we're going to go over to the S&P 500. First, we're going to change this list the way we had this broken down. So we're going to go to market recap. I have a video on YouTube where I broke down how to set up this watch list in the columns. So I'll put that in the description later because I didn't get a chance to do that tonight, but I'll make sure I put that in the watch list later so you guys can check that out because we don't have time to go through all of that tonight. And this is my personal watch list. So let me take you over to the S&P 500. So we're going to go over to the S&P 500. And now we're going to break this down where we're looking at the top companies' performances today. And this is going to be the top 500 companies offered in the US stock market. So we're looking for the biggest changes today. So if you can see on the thumbnail that I used, I pointed out Keys. So Keys is the ticker symbol for the company. And the company name is right here under description, Keysight Technologies. I think that's Keysight Technologies. So we're going to go over to the Analyze tab. And it's not linked. So we're going to click on Keys. And then we go over to Analyze. It changed. So here it is. And then this area right here, where it says Company Profile, let me take me off the screen so you guys can see better. Can you hear me? Yep, you can hear me. Let me just take me off the screen. Let me minimize this. Hide camera and keep audio. All right, so you guys should be able to see the whole screen now. So over here, we can find out what the company does. They give a brief description on this website about what goes on with this company. So it says Keysight Technologies Incorporated provides electronic design and test solutions worldwide. The company operates through Communication Solutions Group and Electronic Industrial Solutions Group segments. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I just want you to see that you can go on to this platform in certain sections and find out about these companies. And then they'll usually have a website that you can go to and you can get an idea of what's going on with the company. So I'm gonna click that. I'm gonna bring that over so you guys can see it. So this is the website for their company. And you can get a quick idea without having to look at the financials. So like people get overwhelmed when they look at the financials of a company. So some of this stuff you can make an intelligent decision just by getting an overview of what's going on with the company itself by looking at their website. Like you might look at the website and the website itself might turn you off. You might look at the website and be like, this don't look like a legit, like a company I would do business with. Like these little nuggets like that can help you make decisions as a investor. So here's where the financials are. So this is where it gets into like real technical stuff about the company down here in this area. So let's go back to the watch list. So we go to Market Watch, and that was the company that had a 23% gain today. So yesterday they were up, their stock price was $245. And then today they closed at $301.48. Now, this isn't something that happens all of the time, but this is something that is possible. So if you invested in this company, if you invested in this company at the end of the market close yesterday, you had an over 20% gain in one day. And this is stuff that is possible if you just put your money into something. So you don't have to actually start a business. You can invest in a business that already exists. And that takes a lot of the work out of it, where you don't have to hire people, you don't have to fire people, you don't have to do a whole bunch of paperwork and things like that from starting a business from scratch. You can educate yourself and learn how to invest. And then when you do that, you don't have to actually start a business. You can invest in a business that already exists and just reap returns off of putting your money to work. So this is one of the things that I've learned from studying wealthy people, reading books on starting business. This is a book. I haven't got around to reading this one yet, but you just read the title out because, what is it, Chris? I'm gonna butcher that name, but you get the idea. But I have read this by John Hope Brand, and I'm about to read it again because I'm gonna do some content on this. So Financial Literacy for All, and he has another book coming out in March, I believe. I don't remember. It's something about capitalism. I wish I knew it off the top of my head, but I know he has that that book coming out in March. He has another book coming out. So I wanted to look at something else with this as well. So let's go back, and now we're going to look at the business that had the worst return. They lost 7% today. So here is the ticker symbol that you look for in the stock market to find this business. So the business is Expeditors International Wash Class A, and the ticker symbol is EXPD, and they lost 7% today, roughly 7% today. So we're going to click on this, and then we're going to go to analyze, and then we can see their website, like I told you before, and we can see a description about their company. So let me read a little bit of this. Expeditors International of Washington Incorporated, together with its subsidiaries, provides logistic services in the Americas, North Asia, South Asia, Europe, and MAIR. The company offers air freight services such as air freight consolidation and forwarding. So you can read that on your own. I just wanted to point that out to you and read a little bit of it. Let's take a peek at their website. It didn't even do it. Wait a minute. Here we go. So we're not going to click through all of this. I'm just going to show you this, their website. And you get a deeper understanding about what they do. You scroll down, you look. I mean, it's so much stuff you can go and look at besides the traditional things that they tell you about. So the traditional things that they usually tell you about, besides going to look at these websites that these companies put on here, is to dig through all of these financials. So let me tell you a little bit about that. Let's go back to me. When I started reading books on accounting, so like Accounting for Dummies, and oh man, it was a lot of different books on working on getting educated so I could dig through these financials. And one of the first things I learned that really disappointed me is that it's legal accounting practices where you can kind of not disclose stuff, or you are disclosing it, but you're presenting it in a certain way where it could be misleading, and it's legal. I wish I knew the name of, but I know that once I had seen it, when I was reading about it, I'm like, well, this sucks, because this makes even digging through the financials difficult, because there's ways for them to make it look one way and it's another. So in my personal experience, it's been a lot easier to understand business and how to invest in companies by looking at and understanding how that business actually makes money. Like, some of the worst investments I ever made was based off a simple not knowing how this business actually makes money. Like, it's very simple. So let's say you want to invest in McDonald's. You know exactly how McDonald's makes their money, and it's through fast food. You know exactly how they're doing it. But if you try to invest in a business and it seems too good to be true, and you can't answer that one question, how do they make money? I would see that personally as a bad investment, because if the business can't make no money, then I can't make no money. It's just that simple. And I used to be crazy about watching Shark Tank. And Shark Tank, that was one of the number one questions they will always ask the contestants or the people that was trying to pitch to the investors. That would be the number one question, or near the top, that the investors would ask: how much money have you made? How much money have you made? And that's right or wrong. That's right along the lines of, how do you make your money? If a business cannot make any money, then you can't make any money investing in that business, because you're going to get your money back as a cut off the profits that that business has. And then learning the terminology, revenue. Revenue is what comes in as a whole. And then profit is what's left over after they take care of their expense, after their operating costs and things they have to pay for to run the business. So profits is what's left over. So you need to know the terminology of the words that they're using when they talk about this certain stuff too. So I'm gonna start doing these live streams way more often. This is the first night. As you can tell, I'm a little nervous because I'm not as prepared as I would have liked to been. But I wanted to just go ahead and dive in, get my feet wet, and start using this software, because that's the only way I'm actually going to learn how this stuff works. Just like now, I've been running my mouth. I ain't even been checking the chats. So if y'all been chatting or putting any comments in here, I haven't even seen it. But this is all stuff I'm gonna work out, and I'm gonna do some more research tomorrow and learn how to do this. So I'm gonna call it a night. I appreciate you guys who have tuned in, and just stay tuned, bear with me, and we're gonna do a lot more content. So take care and God bless. Have a good night.